Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to Vagrus, the Riven realms. When we last left off, as I apparently forget all the shortcut keys immediately, and then proceed to do silly stuff, we got some story beats here in Scrap Heap, and we're making our way down. If we open up our map, we're making our way down to Avernum here, in the interests of not failing our caravan horribly. And we also left off by seeing the Lost Crusade, the Last Crusade. Yeah, bad people is what they are. So let's keep moving, shall we? All right, so we've got 14 movement, 12 points with which to move. Hello. Oh, yeah, the Last Pilgrimage. Here we are. Yeah. We'll hide for it. We'll creep among the dunes. We read all that last time, so we'll kind of... Apparently I forgot to save after our last episode, or some such. So, yeah. Those guys. Alright. Yeah. Regular rations for everybody. We'll continue paying people later. I'm sure nothing bad will come of that. Once we've sold all our stuff, I bet life will be good. Probably, maybe. Apparently we can't post guards either. That's mildly unfortunate, but, you know, life goes on. And we made it through another day, so that's really the best we could hope for when you think about it. Though we do owe our people a fair amount of money at this point. Hello? What's this? The Comitatus climbs the last black dune and comes to a halt on your mark. Standing on one of the carts, you spy the horizon carefully before hopping down and convening with your most trusted. Ahead looms the Voiceless Lake, a place of deathly quiet and utter peril. The lava flow of this particular tendril of the Molten Tongue cools down here below a tough shell of dark rock covered by steaming water. Yet the shell is not solid enough in places. It can crack in the blink of an eye and open under one's foot, leading into a sudden scalding death. There are ways to guess where it's safe to cross the terrain, but it has to be done slowly and attentively. Your scouts know their way around here, but because the lava changes constantly beneath the shell, they have to rely on finding a new way through each time. The lake is voiceless because everyone has to keep completely quiet. That way, one might hear the shifting lava and the cracking shell just in time. Your lieutenants agree that let me try that again. Your lieutenants agree that crossing the far side of the shell is still better than going around and into Arenas Negras, however. Especially after coming so close to the Last Pilgrimage a few days ago. Nobody in their right mind would go near that damn place. So you're stuck with the plateau surrounding the Voiceless Lake. I, of course, am not in my right mind, so I would totally be willing to do that, but, you know, the game doesn't give us the chance just yet, so here we go. Alright, don't fail. Alright, nicely done. We did, in fact, win. Going step by step... Sorry. What? It's going to take me a while to warm up the old vocal cords here. Going step by step, carefully listening to any telltale sounds, while sweating profusely, every member of the Comitatus manages to make it through. After hours that felt like days, you can turn away and southwards from the accursed lake. The crew becomes agitated as you leave the perilous plateau behind, even joking among themselves about the constipated silence back there. Alright, we got a bit of morale that kind of balances losing it to the crusade. And there's the lake right there. So let's just kind of sliver and slunk our way down. Just as we were about to leave that damnable lake behind, we heard it. An abominable shriek pierced the air and made us gasp. It came from behind some hills nearby. Coupled with the ruckus of a battle, the armed women and men of the Comitatus looked at their Vagras questioningly. Oh dear. Scouts come running toward the cart line as you're about to enter the Badlands south of the lake and hear what could only be described as a paralyzing howl, accompanied by the unmistakable clash of weapons. There's a battle going on, Vagras, just beyond yonder hills. The scout points southeast. Some armed folk are being attacked by bloody undead. The murmur washes over the crew, and many of them ready their weapons. Not to give aid to fellow travelers in dire need is believed to attract dire peril onto yourself. Besides, it'd be better to fight the undead together than alone if it comes to that. The tension is rising with each passing moment, with everyone watching you, waiting for you to give the order. Well, let's see here. We could get Javik to use his abilities, but let's approach carefully. That way we know what we're getting ourselves into here. Clamber over the next few hills and look down upon the site of a brutal melee, yeah, whatever word I'm trying to say. Bodies are strewn across the field, most of them mutilated, undead, but some are mangled and burnt humans in dark clothes. Another such man, a robed priest with a shaved beard, falls to the ground after flying half a dozen meters following a bone-crunching hit from a looming white giant. The creature looks like it's made up of several bodies, fused together by some combination of natural disaster and evil curse. The rest of the shamblers are smoldering, burnt corpses that are typically reanimated by the powers of this region. Shrieking and popping, the great white abomination flails around with its many arms and stomps the ground, facing the two last men standing against it. One of them is a sturdy fellow armed with a mace and shield, his face painted white. The other is a tall, imposing man clad in black iron armor, wielding a greatsword. From the symbols on their attire, it is clear that these men are the followers of Surgorod. While you are assessing the situation, the smoldering undead overwhelm the armored man, who suffers some nasty burns before disentangling himself from the searing embrace. There's no time to lose, as the undead are now also moving in on your fighting crew. Alright, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Get some fight-a-majigging going here. So let's see, before the first round of combat is started, you have to deploy your companions to available positions on the friendly side. You do not need to always deploy all your companions. Sometimes it's best to avoid sending a wounded companion into battle, or simply leave some space to maneuver. When you've deployed everyone you wanted to, you can start combat by clicking the Begin Combat button. Now that is just horrifying, isn't it? Absolutely horrifying. Alright, before deploying a companion, you can switch between defense by clicking on the defense mode button. Next to their portrait, defense modes are set to a higher value by default. Alright, let's see, can't change their deployment. Morwen is useful in the front row, while Yavik's abilities favor the back row. And I assume I can't move these guys at all. Okay, yeah, let's put Javik here. You're already deployed. I mean, I might as well put everyone in. Oh. Oh, so we didn't heal. How do I heal people, I wonder to myself. Wait, how did I change their, Ah, there we go. Yeah, let's set to defense. I mean, evade is probably useful-ish, but let's go with defense for now. And let's begin the fight. Alright, what do we got going here? Alright, we're about to get body slammed. Oh, balls. Well, that guy is down right off the bat. Well. Yeah, let's buff up our friendo here. Combat is cruel, and in general, you cannot heal during it. Evade allows you to completely avoid an attack. Alright. Block provides an extra arm against attack, mitigating damage, still suffer damage. Alright. Useful stuff. I suppose we might want to do a strafing maneuver here. Possibly against Big Boy over here, if possible. Okay, so yeah, that strafe isn't going to help us in this particular case. Let's see. A whip that pulls a single enemy forward. Do we want to pull people forward? Also, I can't help but notice this guy's got like 2 different health bars. Or are they the same health bar? They might be the same health bar, and I'm just kind of missing that here. I mean, this guy's almost dead, so let's, okay, I was kind of hoping we'd finish him off, but alright. Let's see here. Single enemy is cursed. Not bad. Strike 2 adjacent enemies in the front row. Unholy strike. Vengeance. Alright, so yeah, these little guys are coming up next, so we should probably try to kill one of them. So yeah, let's, oh, can I not reach you? Oh, I can't. I'm too far away. That kind of makes sense, I guess. Ah, shucks. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, balls. And you're going down. Oh, wait. He didn't actually fully go down. We're kind of, he like partially healed. You, the Vagras, may not take part directly in companion combat, but that does not mean you have no influence. Many of your leadership perks allow you to use resourcefulness in various ways in combat. Whichever you have unlocked can be found on the leader medallion. Alright, so we can give aid to revive a downed companion. That's useful. Inspire. Okay, yeah. Use inspire, additional defenses. Let's see here. Now the tutorial says aid. Can I use both? Oh, I must, who's next? That'd be Morwen. So let's buff Morwen, shall we? Yeah, there we go. Give her a nice little buff there, which also possibly restored her health. So I assume I generate resourcefulness as we go along. Okay, all right. Good stuff. Ah, this is great. Should end up swiping both of them, then we'll just go here. Missed this guy, that's unfortunate, but life goes on. Let's try to get like a double cleave of this jerk face. We can. Didn't quite manage it there, but we're not doing terribly. Just not great. Oh, goodness gracious me. Alright, so we're like bound in place here, are we? Let's see here. Could give another premonition. Hypnosis. Could use a bit of damage. I would like to just get rid of this guy. But maybe we want to buff our party here. That's probably the smart idea. Oh, and you're down again. What's going on here? Let's not worry about it. Let's just, let's see here. I mean, I'd like the idea of getting more damage. But then again, my strategy is normally to just, attack. So that's what we'll do. I mean, how bad could it possibly be, right? Alright, so this guy chose to move, which conveniently put him in a good position for me to finish his face off. And also to do this. That's exactly what I was looking for. There we go. And this guy gets a move again. That's kind of scary, but we're okay. We're okay. Let's see here. Yeah, 4 to 6. Let's there we go. This guy is kind of almost dead. Kind of, but not really. Yeah, these don't really help us in any way, do they? Alright, let's choppity chop him and miss him completely because that's great. Wonderful. Good stuff. So are you just down? Like what's going on here, buddy? I'm a little confused by that, but you know what? Let's not worry about it. Oh yeah, there we go. A nice critical hit. Chop him right in the face. Alright, Morwen. Good job. Masterful work. Genius maneuvering. And so forth. Alright, let's finish this bad boy off, shall we? He is not quite dead yet. Almost dead, but not quite. Alright, and then he's just sliding over there because that's what he does, apparently. This guy is still not dead because life apparently hates me. There we go. That's the good stuff. That's what I like to see. Bad guys dying. It is over. The undead finally stopped moving, their bodies lying mutilated all around the hills. The large abomination was hacked to pieces, now only a jumbled pile of ash and petrified bones. Some of your crew also got torn up. There are several wounded and one dead, his head torn off after he had been overpowered. The man in the black armor survived the battle. He is sitting on a rock nearby, covered in ash from the abomination, drinking ponderously from a water skin while he's observing the battlefield. His grim gaze wanders from one slain companion to the other, as if wanting to make sure all of them are dead. At length, his piercing eyes find you, and a chill runs down your spine. There's no doubt in your mind that the man and you need to talk. And talk we shall. Shall. Blah, 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 blah. Words. Standing in front of the man, you offer him your hand. The man looks you up and down in a fashion that suggests only a dash of contempt. His greatsword, forged of steel, is across his lap. He does not take your hand. You seem to be the leader of this. The man is looking for the word as he eyes the comitatus. Company of travelers. What is your business here? The bluntness of the question, coupled with the man's apparent hostility and ungratefulness, hits you, leaving you speechless. Perhaps it's for the best. You notice that the man is bearing the symbol of Surgorod, which should make you cautious. I'm kind of curious who Surgorod is. Surgorod is the god of vengeance, anger, malevolence, and curses. A member of the Triumvirate, is one of the free gods of the Empire's official religion. Interesting. Alright. That's just a quick read there. We won't go through all the data or info, I think, in this particular playthrough. We'll leave stuff for, you know, the future when the full game is out and so forth. Let's see. Yes, we're comitatus traveling south. I see. So you're turning up here is a matter of utter coincidence, I take. When you assure him it is, he narrows his eyes and pierces you with his gaze. There is a tense moment that seems to take forever. You're truthful, Vagras. Commendable. The man rises from the rock. He towers over you now, and it dawns on you that such a war gear in the metal-starved world makes him either a very rich or a very powerful person, or both. I am grateful for your assistance in this skirmish, late as it was. The man turns to look at Yavek, who appears at your side and bows his head to the man. Without acknowledging your friend or his greeting, the armored fellow turns to you again. My name is Sidarius. I am a knight of Ordis Negeris Solis. By aiding me, Vagras, you evaded imperial law. You clearly have some questions of your own. Now is your chance to ask them. Let's see. What were you doing here? I and my companions came here in search of enemies of the Empire, to smoke them out of their hideout here in the wilds. Man, trying to do that is hard in my throat. It was supposed to be the last, glorious battle in a long investigation that took months. As you can see, it went down quite differently. It is now my assumption that we've been betrayed and a trap was set for us. The traitors we were supposed to apprehend lured us here along with these undead, and hoped to see us all slaughtered. Surgorod, however, in his endless salience, saw fit to grant us, well, grant me an opportunity for retribution. Rejoice, Vagras. You have been an instrument of the divine, sent here by Surgorod himself to aid me in my quest for vengeance. What about the fight? Tell me about it. My company was drawn here with a false promise of finding the hideout of enemies of the Empire. Instead, a large group of undead surrounded us, clearly drawn here by some vile means by our enemies, and we had to fight for our lives. You arrived towards the end of a drawn-out battle and saw my last companions fall. We fought with Surgorod's rage and with the Emperor in our hearts, but there were just too many of the shamblers. Looking around, you now realize how savage the confrontation must have been. Dozens and dozens of undead lie all around the field, and only half a dozen of Sidarius's dead companions. Let's see, what about your knightly order? The Order of the Black Sun is one of the Fulcimus Imperium. As you know, we are adherents of Surgorod and Ashkal. We are the best of the best, enforcers of the Empire, hunting down criminals and traitors, guarding our great leaders, and leading military operations. This hunt was also one such task as we typically undertake. It is clear to you from the way he speaks, the Knightly Order, or speaks of the Knightly Order, that Sidarius is utterly dedicated to it. And I guess that's it. We don't really need to know about his companions. Who cares about them, right? The dead are dead. I intend to return to Avernum, where we set out from. I have to debrief my superiors there of what happened today, and I also want to look into the tip we had received that led us here. Sidarius fixed you with his gaze. Your destination does not happen to be Avernum, does it? Can't help but tell him the truth. You are too well aware that lying to one of the Knights of the Black Sun is high treason. This is the first time that you see Sidarius's malevolent smile. Good. I shall join you for the journey. Irafons teaches us to share the burdens of the road. Now tell your men to pile the bodies of my companions. Burning them without the proper rituals is not becoming of such heroes of the Empire, but we have no time for much else. Also, gather all their belongings while you're at it. Make it happen, Vagras. In the meantime, someone skillful enough should take a look at my wounds. You are about to make the necessary arrangements when Sidarius calls after you. And just so everyone knows, the danger might still be looming over us. The traitors who we were supposed to find and set the trap must still be around here, keeping a distance. They surely would have finished me off when I had slain all the undead. I doubt they are going to make a move now, but who knows what their desperation will drive them to. Though your crew does not like to be ordered around by a stranger, they too agree that the slain should be dealt with. The pile is burning and the cart line is ready to leave in an hour. There is also the matter of the belongings of my fallen comrades. Wait, did I already read this? Yes. As the Comitatus is crossing the Badlands, you climb up on the cart where the resting Sidarius is sitting in the back. You can see that he's holding something small in his hands, observing it attentively. He looks up, sensing you watching him. This is a fetish charm, one that the kindly sisters and the disciples of Askell use to attract the reanimated dead. The knight tosses you a small bone charm, complete with arcane writing in black ink and attached teeth. I disabled it. Do not worry. These filthy traitors may have used a stolen charm to ensnare my contingent, but I am anointed in the faith of Askell. I swear they will suffer for this atrocity. You give the charm back to the knight. Ah yes, and here's where we came in. There is also the matter of the belongings of my fallen comrades. I expect you to hold on to them until we reach Avernum. We'll discuss them there. You nod and turn toward the horizon. Whether you like it or not, you are bound to him for the next few days to come. And there we go. The Dark Knight joined us after we rescued him from the clutches of the mindless undead horrors that slaughtered his companions. He was a grim sort, displaying no gratitude or companionship, yet we were stuck with him, for a lawman such as the Knight could make his dreadful will ours by command. So we set out, bound for Avernum, the greatest city in the vicinity. Alright. Leader management. Click on the medallion. Bloopity bloop. Interesting, okay, cool. The leader window allows you to observe and interact with your character, the Vagras. Your current insight is displayed at the top right. Insight is gained mainly through events and can be used to purchase perks and other improvements for the Vagras and your companions. Perks are abilities that have levels and are used in various situations. Initial and maximum perk levels, as well as available perks, are specific to each character. Attributes and professions are used in events. You can find more information below about each of these by clicking on their names. You can purchase any number of perks if your insight allows you, by clicking on the empty nodes next to each perk representing its level. When you want to finalize the changes you made, use the confirm button, or hit the revert button to undo those changes. Let's see. Read and draw maps. That's not a bad insight. Climb. Pawn. Demon lore. Engineering. Oh my. I like the idea of healing, because we probably need that, but we don't actually have any points right now. Oh, I have to pick the ones it's suggesting, do I? Alright, there is prepare. And what else do you want me to do? Okay, just the prepare perk. Okay, that is all. Alrighty then. And leadership perks are specific to the Vagras. 40 is the maximum number of deputies you can have. Gotcha. And additional 40, or you need no additional 40 in the prologue. Resourcefulness will allow you to boost various actions. Gotcha. Replenishes each day. Its maximum can be raised by spending insight on it. And you spend resourcefulness on depends on your unlocked leadership perks. And okay, good. All right. Helmet icon on the leader medallion to navigate to the companion perks. Oakley. All right. Companions pane. We can see their various stats and things. And scroll icon at the bottom of the companion's image can be clicked to reveal their backstories. Cool. All right. And arrow next to the companion's name to display Morwen's character sheet. Morwen. What am I looking for on Morwen? Similarly, the pendant icons can be clicked to reveal the available gear. Okay. Gear the companion can equip into one of the 2 slots. Ah, gotcha. Alright, luck talisman, then click on the laurels. Okay, there we go. We can see our various stats. The prowess window. Proficiency points that can be spent. Prowess costs insight from the leader. Additionally, the third 6th and 9th level of prowess can only be unlocked after the companion storyline progresses. Ah. Upgrading works the same way as with leaders. Alright, so yeah, basic stuff here. Upgrade one of your companion's prowess and purchase any perks or skills you'd like. Okay, I like the idea. Oh, but we have no proficiency right now. Wait. It said use wait, hold on here. Click on the next prowess node to confirm to unlock it. Additionally, hang on. Raising prowess costs insight from the leader. Oh, there we go. Okay, now I understand. Gotcha. How about we increase... Yeah, physical strength. Because why not? More physical strength. What does strong-minded do? Measure of the character's willpower and determination. Savvy is their intellect. Dexterous is dexterity and agility. We've also got other various... my goodness, there's a lot to learn, isn't there? Maybe we... no, these are faded out for now, so we can't actually upgrade that at the present time. Scoutmaster. Requirements, Survival 2 and Track 2. Interesting. Head of Scouts who coordinates their abilities. So if I bump... Okay, that's actually there already in Track 2. Oh, we actually already have that unlocked. Silly me. Yeah, well, let's do that. Pretty simple, straightforward. Morrowind has been buffed, and now we are ready to camp for the night and then move on. As one does. Alright. Ah, here we go, I see. Heal companions. Let's treat... Well, maybe Morrowind first, actually, now that I think about it. Using medical supplies to maximum vitality. There we go. 1 less medical supply. And yeah, we'll treat him. Healers get the work done. So Darius, and we don't have any medical supplies, so we can't buff him up. Okay, let's hope we don't run into anything bad, shall we? Because that would kind of be bad, as one might imagine. Your crew grumbles. It's not a rare thing, as there's always a reason to grumble, but this time, they bitch and moan about not getting paid, which is a fairly good reason if there was any. You notice the signs and are quite aware that it can't go on like this forever. Otherwise, the least unsettling thing that happens is that they start leaving. Then they're going to steal your belongings too, and there are much, much worse alternatives. Okay, well, with that in mind, let's go here instead. And... let's see, the whole Comitatus becomes agitated as a dust cloud appears in the east and starts to move towards you. You give orders to your crew to prepare for a dust storm. Such a thing is fairly common out here on the border of the Searing Plains, and you should have little trouble traversing it. After half an hour, the cloud is much closer, and it is certain that it'll cross your path. By then, everyone is wearing protective masks or bandanas, and all the cargo and equipment is secured. Yavik is riding a large beast of burden, fastened to its back, deep in concentration to maintain the calmness of all your animals. But something is off. An uncanny twilight is settling on the broken plain. Oh, good God, it's the Lost Pilgrimage. On the broken plains around you, it is much too early for sunset, and the storm itself should not blot out light in such a manner. Then you hear it, chanting on the wind, and a pale light at the heart of the storm heading your way. You can see the faces of your crew slowly distorting in panic. We've already been told that fighting the Lost Pilgrimage is suicide, so maybe we'll flee. You are just about to give the order when Sidarius walks up to you. What is the meaning of this, Vagras? There's no need for such a desperate act. It is just a dust storm. Nonsense! The chances that the pilgrimage would show up again are... Sidarius trails off as the eerie twilight falls upon the comitatus and the dust envelopes you all. There's no time to flee or hide, so you sing... God damn it, Sidarius. Draw your weapons, some of your crew tremble, some are praying, and some are about to break, but not Sidarius. The knight walks towards the approaching apparition as if being possessed by a death wish. You see Yavik frowning and sweating in concentration, no doubt trying to combat your beast's natural instinct to flee in terror. In a few moments, you can hear the chanting and see the ghastly pilgrims clearly through the dust curtain. Desiccated forms in faded robes shuffling along the broken terrain, or rather, over the terrain somehow, as if floating along at an enhanced pace. Their vacant faces are illuminated by a dreadful pale light that emanates from their hollow insides. You are paralyzed by terror. Blurred images enter your mind, visions of a horrid procession of living dead wearing faded robes. You walk among them. You are one of them. Oh, that's not good. Before they would reach you, without any apparent reason, the spectral pilgrims turn left and head south along a dried-out riverbed. It takes your mind some minutes to comprehend that an unusual mercy was granted you and your crew. The last pilgrimage marches on, slowly disappearing into the cracked badlands beyond, taking the ghoulish twilight and the dust storm with them. It takes a good few moments after that for the crew and yourself to come to your senses. Did this really happen? What was the reason, if any, for the spectral troop to change direction at the last second? How can one explain that they appeared again after such a short time? Sidarius walks over to you looking confident. Though you can see he is a bit shaken too. Sir Gurad is with us. This is an omen if I have ever seen one. My destiny for retribution against the enemies of the Empire must be the reason why these horrors let us be. Oh, I shouldn't try doing his voice again. My throat's too dry. You swallow and nod, yet you are not so certain why it happened the way it did. Rest assured, Vagras, as long as you have me by your side, no harm will come to you or to your comitatus. Remember that. Oh, Sidarius, you silly man. Still rattled, you move along the line, assuring everyone that the danger had passed. With the comitatus moving, you join Yavik on top of the largest beast of burden, but you barely talk. You've never heard of anyone encountering the last pilgrimage twice. Somehow you do not feel blessed. Haunted, more like. After an hour or two, you and your crew fall back into your travel routines, and tonight all this will seem much less terrifying. In fact, you should be grateful for avoiding certain death at the hands of these cursed things twice in a row. Yes, let us hope there's not a third time. That would be bad. I mean, and we're almost there, so... Yeah, let's make sure we pay everyone today, because otherwise I'm assuming we're going to have a revolt on our hands. And let's see here. Alright, we can actually just about make it. Come on, no bad stuff. No bad stuff, alright. I think we'll wrap things up when we get to Avernum. Alright, we'll pay them later. Almost there, baby. Almost. The comitatus climbs a broken ridge, and everyone stops a moment to take in the visage of Avernum. Nestled atop and around a range of large hills on the horizon to the southwest. The chimneys of the many forges and smelters cast a dark shadow over the city, while the lava fields beyond the settlement provide a reddish sky for the backdrop. It appears that crude roads meander among the hills here, probably leading to the mines and quarries you had passed in the last day or so. Time for us to part ways for a while, Vagras. The voice of Sidarius makes you jump a little. For a large fellow wearing heavy armor, he managed to creep up on you somehow. He is standing beside you, gazing at the horizon. I have to make my way into the city alone. My reasons are my own, but before I go, I have a proposition for you. Interesting. You are well aware, of course, that my contingent was betrayed and ambushed out in the wasteland where we met. During our trek back here, I have come to the conclusion that whoever betrayed us had to be someone involved in the investigation I led in Avernum before setting out from the city. Even though I have some idea where to start looking for traitors, the implications of this despicable betrayal are too severe to attempt meeting it head-on. I require secrecy and guile. Most of my remaining allies in the city and I are too easy to track or recognize, and those responsible could easily make evidence disappear if I am revealed to be alive. Someone has to provide that guile for us. After a short pause, he looks you in the eye. What I mean is that you, your friend the mage, and the rest of your crew could be vital in finding the culprits and bringing them to justice. The Empire needs your help, Vagras. Well, That actually seems, yeah, seems like a good idea. I will help him. For the Empire. Totally for the Empire, not for, you know, deals and stuff later. Zadarius seems to be somewhat surprised, perhaps disappointed even, for a brief moment. Then he flashes what passes for a smile on him. Very well. I was nurturing hope that you'll be willing to aid the Empire in this perilous predicament. We will struggle side by side, just like we did near the Voiceless Lake, Vagras. And I can assure you, the Order of the Black Sun does not forget loyalty and dedication to the Empire. He slaps you on the shoulder. Now let us part ways and follow my plan. Yes, what is this plan? The plan for now is to make our ways into Avernum separately, so that you won't be associated with me at all. Rest assured that although they do not expect my return, the traitors would be informed at once had I turned up at the city gates. So I have to find an alternate way in. I will send for you once I'm settled. Someone trustworthy shall appear and guide you to my... The next word makes him cringe. Hideout. We'll talk about your tasks there. You ask him about the belongings of his former comrades. The knight frowns. That might complicate matters somewhat, he looks thoughtful. Take their holy symbols to the Temple of Surgarod quietly. You can get rid of the weapons as you see fit, but I forbid selling them on the markets. It would draw too much attention to you, and we do not want that for now. So keep them for my own people it is. Zadarius pierces you with his gaze. I sincerely hope I can trust you with this, Vagras. Woe betide you if you do not comply. With that, he takes his leave of you and waits as you signal the Comitatus to move forward. Quarter of an hour later, Zadarius is only a small speck on the horizon, and you are rapidly approaching Avernum. Alright, let's get going. Dark omens, ominous apparitions of an otherworldly covenant of specters. A grim night out for vengeance. Time and coin running out slowly. Yet against all odds, we journeyed to the city of Avernum on the Smolderbone Flats. A place bustling with travelers, merchants, and lowlifes. It was supposed to be a short stop on our way east, but got much more than we bargained for. Can certainly say that again. Alright, let's wander on in here. And while occupying... Yeah, we can head on in here. Oh, a gate tax. Let's see. Yes, the city of Avernum. Even as you approach its mighty gates set in dark walls decorated with the bones of gigantic creatures, you can smell its foul stench. The dry sulphurous reek of the region so close to the molten tongue mixes with the bitter ashen stink of the many foundries and forges of the city, or in the city rather. Over the walls, the many rooftops and chimneys of the city lean together in a jumble. Buildings on the lower part of the hill are more dilapidated, while the ones near the top are in better condition in general, with a walled-off villa here and there. A group of guards stop you as the Comitatus moves ponderously under the gate arch. While your cargo and men are being checked, you can see several grim, black-clad legionnaires of the Avernus Legion standing guard close by beneath the gate towers, looking at you. Gate tax is 2 coppers, the head guardsman says after getting the confirmation from his men that everything is in order. The slave next to him bows to you and holds up the open money box. Alright, we'll pay. Oh, geez, 2 Learg. What are Learg? Are those the silvers? Those are the silvers, aren't they? Having passed under the wall for the city gate, you arrive at the cobbled plaza on the inside. Without delay, you head towards the Mancio, the large city inn for Comitati, to set yourself up there and have some rest after the arduous journey. In an hour, everything is settled. Your beasts are stabled, your cargo is unloaded into a warehouse, and most of your crew is resting already. Aha, and then Yavek appears. There's someone here to see you, boss. Someone sent by our knightly friend. Says she wants to talk to you discreetly. She's waiting behind the stables. Yavek says in hushed tones. Well, that was, I kind of figured it would take him longer to get here. The woman waiting for you in the shadows between the stables and the wall of the Mancio is wearing a large hood and a long cape over a dark gray, featureless tunic. As you approach, though, she throws the hood back, revealing the markings of someone in the service of Askel, god of the underworld. A face painted pale with dark eyeshadow to give the impression of near death. You suspect that she's a novice attached to the Order of the Black Sun, or an acolyte of the Church of Ashkel. The woman looks around furtively. There's nobody nearby, just you and Yavek. Greetings from our mutual friend, the knight, Dominus, the young woman says quietly after looking you in the eye. I was sent here to take you to him when you're ready. I'll wait here. Just don't take too long. He's very eager to see you. Alright, and then Yavik's got some words to say. So it seemed that we'll stay here longer than we had expected. It occurs to me that such a delay would be a strain on our own resources, and I rather doubt that our knightly friend cares about that. You have considered this also. Yavik goes on as you rub your chin thoughtfully. I was thinking we could smelt the scrap metal we bought. I know it would cost us, but hear me out. Not only does smelted metal take up less space in the cargo hold, it could allow us to sell a fraction of it for great profit here. It's a loss in the long run, but we have to pay the crew if we are to tarry here, don't we? You have to admit, he's making a lot of sense. You could smelt down the metal and sell some of the bars for an injection of coin if need be. Ah, alright, so that does indeed, that kind of makes things a little bit more, I guess, a little bit more complicated than I was expecting. I was kind of hoping we would just be able to sell our stuff and move on, but, I guess we'll see. And just like we'll see, I guess it's also time to wrap this episode up, so until the next time, as always, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below, let me know what you're thinking. I will see all you in the next video.